How you doing? Good? Great. Just wonderful.
We don't see all of practice. We see some of it. It did look like you were moving around pretty good out there. How are you feeling, especially putting a full workload on that ankle last week?
Yeah. We're getting there. It's just a work in progress, but at this point in the year, everyone's working through stuff, and so we're working through it, and optimistic about how things are going, and it's just it's football, and it's late in the year in the NFL. This is just kind of par for the course.
How do you feel like you guys are doing from a team perspective? 2 games in a row, you're in the playoff hunt. Do you sense that same kind of playoff push that you've experienced in the past?
Yeah, I don't know how much. I mean, at least me personally, that's not really something that I think about. I think most of the guys would say the same thing. It's less about where feeling where are you in the playoff run, because at the end of the day, I mean, it doesn't really matter where you are right now. It's about where you are after week 17, and for us, it's really about just stacking weeks together. I think we're playing some better football right now. There's still so much that you can do better, so much that's left out there still, and I think that's kind of the attitude everyone's taking. Like, hey, we're doing some good stuff, but we know there's more to be had, and I think that's kind of been the approach this week. And I mean, we got a good Browns team coming to SoFi, so excited about attacking that.
Was it harder earlier in your career to keep that, don't even worry about that until 17 week 18 mindset?
I honestly think it was a little bit easier because early it's like I look back to my rookie year. I felt like a lot of my rookie year was just surviving week to week. Like, hey, how can I want to make sure I'm doing my stuff this week and being, doing my job right and learning this offense and being there for the guys. And that was kind of the focus. It was very much just week by week. How can I be the best me this week? And as it goes on, you have more experience. You play in the playoffs. You just play in this league longer. So I think it gets a little bit easier to start projecting things out. But I think you want to live in that world where you're going week by week and approaching your opponent with that respect. Just, hey, let's just handle this week the best we can, and we'll worry about the playoff stuff, all that stuff down the line. If we do what we're supposed to do week by week, that stuff will take care of itself.
Jim Schwartz is considered one of the brighter defensive minds in the game. When you look at what Cleveland's doing on tape, is it similar to Philadelphia? Do you see a certain thing that they do exceptionally well that jumps off the tape?
Yeah, well, I think, like you said, Coach Schwartz has done a great job in this league for a long time defensively. I think those guys, the identity of what they play with has been pretty consistent under his leadership. And I think his Browns team plays with that same energy, the same physicality. There's obviously the mixes of, the pressures that you're going to see. The guys are going to come up and challenge you. And, they play hard, man. They play hard, and that Schwartz loves to he's brought a lot of different pressures and things like that throughout his time in the NFL. So I'm sure he's going to have something fun for us to look at. But, yeah, a lot of respect for him and this defense. They're doing some good stuff.
Sean has been pretty open about how he's grown in the last year. Do you notice anything in the day-to-day between last season and this?
Yeah, I think, I think what everyone that was a part of what last year was, I mean, having to go through the adversity that year presented, I think he did such an incredible job learning from that and taking this perspective of understanding the impact that he has on guys. He's a very special human being, and he's very well respected. And what he says goes a long way, and it's very meaningful. He's very impactful with the words and how he can connect with guys. And I think that's a gift and a curse, especially in those positions where you are having to, navigate through adversity, navigate through the highs and lows. And how are you going to then, communicate with people, and how are you going to lead people as you're experiencing those highs and lows as well? And when you are this kind of person, that can be so impactful, that can go bad when you're in those lows. How you're dealing with people that you can take a lot of people down with you, or you can raise people up and inspire people to overcome. And he's one of those guys that can inspire people to overcome some incredible things, push through some great challenges, and he's someone that you want to play for, someone you want that person on your team. And I think he's just done an incredible job this year of come back and be that positive guy, the guy that's challenging you, having an urgency and knowing that the standards are high, but he's going to come across and push you in the right way. He's going to connect with you and challenge you to meet those standards because he wants the best for you. At the end of the day, that's who Sean McVay is. He wants the best for each one of his guys, and I think he's done a great job of getting the most out of each and every one of his guys this year.
Is there anywhere specific that shows up?
Yeah, well, I see it every day. It's on the field. It's in the moment. I think has made the big difference. It's last year I think there were times things go wrong and it's like the instant reaction, how you're feeling just comes out, and I think he's just done an incredible job of saying, yeah, this is how I feel right now, but what do we need to do to overcome this challenge? What do we need to do to respond, or how can I be a positive impact to push people to respond the right way? And that to me is the big difference, is in that as it happens right now, what do we need as a team? And he's been that guy that's consistently said, I'm going to motivate my guys positively to respond the right way, move on to the next play, and be able to put this correct what's wrong, but be able to move forward with the right attitude, with the right mindset.
Has Matthew, teeing this one up probably, but has Matthew ever come to you with an idea for a play that's made it into a game start to finish?
Start to finish.
The middle part. Your part, his part, Puka's part, with a pre-snap and post-snap.
Like, has he put in a play that has gotten in its entirety?
Yeah, sure.
I'll ask the question again.
Yeah. I understand he's not designing the O-line and blocking and stuff like that. In terms of some of the stuff that you guys have been installing this year, has he ever come to you and Puka and Kyron and Sean and had an idea for something to install, whether it is, starting with a certain pre-snap misdirection and then manifesting in a specific way that he is ideating?
Yeah, well, I think, yes, he has. So it is like but I'd say he doesn't stop there. I think he likes to do the whole thing. He wants to be a part of the whole deal. He wants to understand everything. He wants to know what the line's doing, why they're doing it, what the looks are, and I think that's what gets him really excited. I mean, I've so many times it's like, hey, like this would be sweet, huh? Like this would be kind of nice, and you draw it up on the board, and most of the time I'm like, yeah, what, I think that looks really good. And so half that stuff, I don't know what that is, but go ahead and go for it. And he runs out with a smile on his face to Sean's office. I'd say 50% of the time he comes back with a smile. The other times it's like, no, he didn't like it. But yeah, no, he does. He gets his stuff in pretty often. So yeah, he's got the respect of the head coach, certainly, and of the team. Ultimately, guys trust him. And when your quarterback has a mastery and understanding of the offense and really a play like that, if the quarterback's bringing you a play, in my opinion, putting my head coach hat on, if a quarterback came to me with a play and it's like, shoot, you are understanding this and you are seeing it, that's what you want. You want your quarterback to have a mastery of what's happening and know all the ins and outs, the intent behind each and every piece of it, and that's what Matthew really prides himself on knowing, and so that's why when he puts plays in, they get in.
I won't note it on camera, but one in particular happened when you were on the sideline watching it all unfold and watching it be executed in totality successfully. From that, almost an all-22 perspective, obviously you're on the sideline, but watching that happen from that perspective, what did that teach you, or how did you observe that from start to finish, even knowing it wasn't going to be you in there?
Yeah, well, watching one of his plays, I mean, it's an exciting thing being able to watch something like that, like having someone, being able to have a player take what they've seen and how they want to attack things, and there is an element of just because you call a play, it also needs. A lot of times you're looking for a certain look too, so it also comes on to Sean's plate of calling it at the right time. But when all that stuff comes together, it's a pretty special thing. You get pretty excited watching that stuff. Guys execute that stuff, get to the spots, and having things pop open. And it's usually when Matthew makes his best throws. He always wants to make his plays look good. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a really cool thing to see, and I get really excited seeing that because I've seen the work that's gone into it and seen it from its conception, and yeah, it's a cool thing.
Can I ask a quick follow-up? When you said, he goes, wouldn't this be sweet? Do you ever play devil's advocate and go, yeah, but?
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I try to ask questions, and like I said, sometimes I need him to explain it a couple times to see what he's really trying to get accomplished. But I mean, most of the time we're on the same page with how he's saying things, and he's playing this league for so long that a lot of stuff he's pulling is stuff that he's done before, or little variations off of things he's done before and how he's attacked things, and so it's pretty cool. Like he's got some backing to the plays that he brings up, and most of the time it's like, yeah, that's a pretty sweet play, and that certainly acts like anyone would. You go to Sean's office with a play, you better be able to say, better be able to have answers for the different looks and things, and so try to ask questions in that regard. But man, he's usually on top of it, and it's fun to be a part of. Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you.